As I was laying here, I had an sleeping most of the day. I had an idea. I'm reconnected to the Hebrew with Roman Forum West. What if the Futhark is the raw thing? So you got the raw of, that's too high. The has the Futhark sun god because of Jura. Isis because of the female aspects of Hebrew. The idea was, since the Futhark is the mother of the Futhark, Hebrew is the Futhark is the mother of Hebrew. Would have the so instead of having this small no big deal mile long museum, it actually needs to be a full on monument. It needs to be extremely well built. The Versailles have a full Torah, full length and height, where the letters are, the characters are at least 2 or 3 inches. Now, 2 of them will be required. Have one that is vertical, that would be studied from above, and one that's horizontal that can be studied from the ground. And so at least a quarter mile long, if not a lot longer, at least 50 to 60 feet long, 50 feet tall. And then you have the Samish characters, Samish aspects. The Samish aspects have, first there's the mosaic, which used to be by an individual thing by itself. Then you have the Evans, added the because the mosaic is the Hebrew and the Genesis line and the Aten and the lines that extend from the causeway lines extend to the end of the page that are in a Roy G. Biv format. Again, sun. And it makes the colors with that will be an interesting thing. Which means that it can't be done minus a computer or a master craftsman or team of master craftsmen. Now you have sandwich. I'll put in the sandwich. Well, sandwich things and align them correctly with their appropriate three-dimensional posts. And the orbital east up, or the orbital west down. The orbital west down is just a simple tunnel, mine, for lack of better. And orbital east expands wide, because the future is undefinable. Make what you want. And different empires living and dying. Empire size changes, so therefore each area of influence on each through their circle in the sandwich tower also. Yeah, mini towers. And then so you have a house, small. You have a neighborhood, a little bit bigger. You have a neighborhood, a little bit bigger. Then you have a community, bigger. Of course, a church, bigger. And whatever organization is in charge of that church, bigger it's still. And then the community, the country that community exists within, and that's big. Now, whether or not that culture is small and does not have very much influence, or global, that becomes a question. Then you have the mini towers, then off of the main Food Arc character from the Food Arc circle, you drop down and you count the number of, there's like 13 Hebrew E's. So wherever there's an associated E on the tower, you make a line, you create a line with E to whatever, and see what characters are there, see what language is there. And then you go over to also computer, or a third model. Of course, then there's also the city pillars, which is where the symbolic concept of the emperor's fascia comes from the one of Rome's biggest brags is the destruction of the city of these cities and pillars. There are two, one in Rome, one where the Colosseum is, one where on the field of Mars, exact location unknown. One in the mouth of the Tiber that was called Alba Longa. There was sort of one, London, most of it's built on pillars. And then you have the city pillars, and then you have the infrastructure of the city pillars. Go high enough and wide enough, and countries are going to start to merge. And when that merges, they merge into a bridge. So the bridge is up somewhere up there. How those bridges interact with themselves, that's a very interesting question. Very quantum question. There's the many towers making words within the tower structure. You have bridges, the Divine Bridges. And the Samish Towers. And mosaic, all coming from this very, very large, very big museum monument that has to be, well, six, seven models big to be able to show the details. That's an acre or two. That's a serious amount of space. So, but the Futhark being raw, oh yeah, the Futhark had in connection with the Sky God and the Rainbow Bridge. You know, the Futhark is made of, you know, the Earth orbits around the sun, is made of the orbit around the sun, so the rainbow is part of that orbit around the sun. So yeah, it is the Futhark Rainbow Bridge, raw. Those chariots are interesting though. The Augustus Circus Maximus chariots. Those are very interesting. Especially since they're right above the Circus Maximus. And one of the places I want to put these models is there, but it's too small. So Augustus being sun god, Helios being sun god, Helios being the namesake of the concept of Colosseum, column, Colossus, and the Colossus is where the Colosseum came from. It was a statue of the Colossus was a statue of Emperor Claudius before it was changed to Emperor Nero from pure jealousy. And the namesake of the building behind it took on the Colosseum was part of that sun god thing. Of course, that's a circular orbital Futhark, the walk of life. From Janus west face, Old Man Winter, to Janus east face, New Man, and then the New Man grows into Old Man. And then you have the Thoreau, suits are the buildings, of course, and the suits are the but the but is the court. The court that was where the court would come. The court would come to hold court and have games and such, which is then modified into the medieval court. Instead of gladiators, you had jesters, but you also had knights. Not a knight and a gladiator, not exactly the same, different. And then you'd have when Caesar's temple complex being Celtic cross. Of course, next to that would be the Hebrew characters made out of the genus, but the sounds of the Hebrew come from Plutarch. All very interesting. All very interesting. There's more to add, of course, but that's a very interesting base. At least in my monument, not a big deal museum. So I've been approaching this research entirely, or I need to be at least be in an institute, or I need to build an institute from it. But that's not for me to do unless I heal hardcore in the next little while.